What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yes, we are out in Westminster, California, visiting our good friends at Tinyrigco once again. Why? Because if you haven't been keeping up with the channel, they recently installed the Alu-Cab canopy, and today is the day that we finally get our hands on the shadow awning by Alu-Cab and also our Alu-Cab 3.1 tent that will be going on top of the canopy. And I'm absolutely excited to show you guys what it's all going to look like once it's all done. So enough said, let's go inside and check it out.
Welcome to the greatest rhythm of Los Angeles, from the west side. Let's get it. Drop it.
Check it out. The boys are getting everything ready, and man, this is the first time seeing this thing in person, and it's absolutely beef. The cool thing is that it also has a rail system up top, so if I want to put my solar panel up there, put some max tracks, maybe other accessories, you can also do that as well. But man, I am so excited. And the cool thing too, they come in two different colors. You get the silver one, boom! Get the black one. Obviously we have to go with the black one because it's gonna match a lot better with the theme of the truck, but we're gonna let Daniel tell us a little bit about it. And yeah, exciting. Now before we get into the details on why I decided to switch over to this new setup, I basically just want to give you guys a quick rundown of everything that I had to do to make this work. Now, I did make a couple of mistakes because I was pretty stubborn about running a rack. I just absolutely love running a roof rack. Just the ability to be able to store stuff up top and run things like ammo boxes, Pelican cases, stuff to store recovery gear, possibly some wood, stuff that you really do not want to carry inside the car. I was basically determined to make it happen. Originally, I was running a Frontrunner Slimline 2 standard roof rack, which right there and then we knew it was not going to work, so I decided to hit up Frontrunner, and little did I know is that they actually had the same exact model but a low pro version of that rack. Now unfortunately, after heading back to the shop and doing some measuring, it turned out that that rack itself was not going to work. And like I said, I was pretty motivated to make it work, so the only option that I had and that Daniel basically suggested was for me to cut the rack in half. It would not compromise the rack, it would just make it a little shorter, which was absolutely no problem as long as I was able to get it to work. So I decided to grab the saw, cut it in half, and it came out way better than I thought it was going to come out. One of the main reasons why we decided it was time to switch over to this new setup is because our family is growing. We are expecting a little girl in December, and not only that, but if you guys keep up with my Instagram, we do have a boxer by the name of Soul, and she's definitely a handful. And being able to separate the family that's going to be sleeping up top in the tent and be able to separate the dog that's going to be sleeping in the canopy, I mean, that was definitely going to be a plus. Now, another reason is we do plan on using one of the cubby holes once we install it to run a full red arc solar system, which is going to allow me and the family to be off grid longer. We're going to be able to come back and bring way more content for you guys, and that's definitely a plus. One of the biggest challenges that I face when I'm out exploring and making content for you guys is keeping all my camera equipment, my laptop, everything charged. It's one of those things that I've always had issues with. I haven't mastered it just yet, but it was time to finally eliminate that. I was tired of the power banks just dying after 2 to 3 days. So finally, with this new solar system and the new lithium battery being installed, it's always going to be charging. It's always going to be charging my gear. And hopefully, after everything is said and done, I can be off grid for such a long time that I can bring a ton of content. Everything's just going to be a lot smoother when I'm out there. I don't have to be going to Starbucks trying to charge my stuff, and this is just definitely going to be just a better better solution for me. And last but not least, just setup time in general. Usually when I'm out there and I'm setting up camp, it takes me about 30 minutes to take care of business, and especially when you're filming, everything takes a little longer. But the fact that I'm able to set up camp, you're talking about setting up my cooking area, setting up the awning, setting up the tent in less than 3 minutes, and I get the rest of the 27 minutes to film and just really just focus on the content creating aspect of the trip. It's definitely gonna make my life a lot easier. Man, it's not even on yet, and this thing looks super overland already. Overland dong, like. Sika beauty. But overland dong. This is absolute crazy, guys, and this is just the beginning. The canopy, the tent, we have a lot of stuff in store for this thing, and I cannot wait to tell you guys a little more. A lot of updates will be posted probably on Instagram, so if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you already know, Blessed Be George. So go on there. There's always a lot of little previews of stuff coming in that will be going on this canopy. But just to tell you guys this much, we have partnered up with Red Arc to pretty much run a full solar system up top, or just a solar solution in general, with a lithium battery and all that good stuff, to pretty much just allow me to be off-grid much longer. It's going to charge all my gear. The last thing I want is to be on the road or the middle of nowhere and have no batteries charged. Then that means no content for you guys. So if you want to just keep up with the build, Instagram, Blessed Be George, or just continue watching these videos. If you guys like, you already know, just hit the subscribe button. You don't have to click like or any of that stuff, but if you want to, comment down below what you think of the new setup. Let's continue wrenching. That cut on the rack came out perfect. Look at that. And this is all Daniel's idea, and I'm glad I did it because the rack would have actually been hidden right there. All right, Luke, go ahead and pop it open, baby. Woo! Check it out. Wow. And that wow is not a sarcastic wow. This is insane. This is crazy. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Pretty gnarly. After installing the tent and prepping the brackets and prepping the hardware needed in order to install the awning, it took about 20 minutes for the guys to bolt it right up. And let me tell you guys something. Once they opened it up, I was absolutely shocked of how well and how easy this awning opened. To be able to see this build and this vision come to life before my eyes and to be able to document it for you guys, I hope you can truly just appreciate the type of work that these guys really put in. From the small details to just simply walking me through the whole entire process, that's including pricing, that's including the install, that's including the technical part of it. I mean, I was truly just amazed by the customer service, and I was just comfortable having these guys work on my truck, just knowing that these guys can truly execute the whole entire process. All right, so just a quick disclaimer. This is my first time popping it open, and it just happens that Daniel wants me to do it to see exactly how easy it is to open.
Fucking way this works. It's not even like drivable at all. Not even close.
Here we go, baby. Ooh. All right, here we go. Woo! Sick, man. It's nice. Really roomy out here. Let me jump in, see what's up. I need a ladder, but see if I can make this happen somehow. Oh.
It's not this hard for everyone else. Yeah, pass to the camera.
All right, check this out, guys. This is absolutely spacious in here. This is all like first looks here. I don't even know why I'm in here with my shoes, but I'm 6'11", and basically on my knees here shows you what type of room we have here. One thing that I already do see here is up here we do have a light. It's not wired just yet, but these are small things that I'm just pointing out as I'm in here for the first time. We have a bunch of little bags here you can store stuff. That's pretty neat. And just by sitting on the mattress, pretty comfortable. Here, let me flip this around. Just to imagine this being an awesome campsite with an awesome view, gives you guys an idea of what type of room we have. And yeah, check it out. Look at this view.
As far as the construction goes, it's 100% aluminum construction. All the hardware is stainless hardware, really high quality stuff. The nylocks are really, really strong nylocks. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but some of the other tents, if you ever try to turn the nylock by yourself, you can actually turn it by hand. It's a really cheap, low grade quality hardware. We use nothing but the best hardware, and that's like not a sales pitch, it's just really genuine, it's really good stuff. So off-road, it's not going anywhere. And like I showed George last night, like this thing is not gonna squeak, it's not gonna go anywhere. It's really, really solid. Again, everything on it's just constructed extremely well. Latches are really strong, opens super easy. We'll show you guys that in a second. And then a lot of the other products that they make, like the shower cube and the awning, are a direct bolt-on using their brackets, which again, these ones aren't aluminum, these are actually stainless brackets. And then stainless hardware, we seal everything up really tight. Same sealant that they use when they build the tent is what we use when we install it. Other than that, it's just, again, the experience you get in the wind. It just doesn't make noise. The hard shell, aim it at the wind, and then even this one, you can pretty much aim it wherever you want. It's not gonna make noise because that canvas is pulled so tight.
Hey bro, do you rub?
So I asked the owner, the first gen Tacoma, how he fit 35s. He said 2-inch lift and body lift. So I ordered the body lift, ordered the 2-inch lift. 2-inch lift is on, no body lift. There's no fucking way this works. It's not even like drivable at all, not even close.
Prove it, prove it. Dude, full send this thing all the way, turn it. There's no way this thing's not gonna rub. This thing looks like, those tires are like super tucked in. It looks like it belongs at a lowrider show. Dude, that is absolutely not even drivable. We got this guy, look at this guy. It's like a Mario Kart derby over here, man, but this goes for all you guys that want to fit 35 on a Tacoma. It doesn't matter if it's a first gen, second gen, third gen, and you think you're gonna get away with it, you're not, guys. Dude, this is so bad. Can you guys hear that? Wow. Now that mini truck that you guys saw zooming around with like 50 tires the size of the little mini truck is a little Tinyrigco mascot. Little Honda right-hand drive. This thing is sick, dude. So crazy story behind how Tinyrigco started. They were actually gonna be building little mini trucks like this, and then they ended up building crazy stuff like that. So what do you think? Is this ever gonna come back into the vision?
So. These things are an absolute blast to drive around, and little mountain goats off-road.
You saw earlier, he's like, nah.
This one in particular is called a Honda Acti Attack. It's a 4-speed instead of a 5-speed. It's got a locking rear diff and an ultra-low first gear, so it kind of isn't quite a traditional transfer case with a high-low range, but yeah. It's capable. So
you should put a little mini canopy like that one in the back of it. That'd be sick, yeah. Huh? Finally, all done with the install today. I feel like finally, it only took like an hour. These guys did an absolutely great job. I'm gonna let Daniel, as always, the master behind the vision, tell you guys a little bit about the shadow awning. And I wish I could be the one behind the camera telling you guys everything, but I just got this thing. This guy knows all the details, so let's get into it.
So I guess we'll open up and show you guys. So just zip from back to front. I always put the zippers in the back so the wind doesn't hit them and make them jiggle and whatnot. Pull the cover over. Velcro, Velcro, Velcro. It drops out and then you just walk around. So over here we have a latching mechanism, which is basically just going to keep the tension. And you just pull this nice and tight, and it's going to hold the awning super tight. Then you've got a leg up here so that the water sheds off and it keeps more tension on it so it's quieter in the wind. And then you'll notice we've got a couple of foam pads that we've added, and we add those based on the vehicle that it goes on so that when you pop a door, it's not going to create any issues and damage anything. You guys will also notice that there's a bag of stakes that stores up here. Makes it difficult to lose, that's riveted on. I think I mentioned the padding already, but essentially this awning is built in a way that, you know, should you ever have a failure at some point, each item can be replaced. We can get each arm, new canvas if you were to rip it or something like that, something to happen, it can be taken care of. The big thing to mention about this awning is one, how much shade it covers, but two, you don't need to drop a leg, which it comes with one leg, unless it's over 40-mile-per-hour winds, which is really, really windy. It stays very quiet, and as the day changes and you're at camp, you just move your truck because you don't have a leg down. With the tent popped, you can just keep moving and keep shade going all day. The leg, George, I don't know if you want to back up and show them, stores right here. And this is the only one. If you want, you can add more legs, and actually the awning room that comes with it that Velcro's on will come with additional legs. To drop this, you're just going to loosen this up, pull it over here, and then I always just push it up a little bit and then tighten it up. And you can drive a couple stakes through there. Also, you've got tie down points up here that'll pull out. These tuck nice inside, and when you need them, pull them down, stake them into the ground for when it's crazy windy. So we're going to show you guys kind of how to close things up. Again, keep in mind, like, I've dropped this leg one time in the desert when it was just nuts. But basically just loosen this guy up, slide the arm up, walk over, tuck it in and tighten it up, pull the arm down, loosen the tension over here, slide it out, and you're just going to walk around. So you guys can see, like, I'm moving at a pretty slow pace, not trying to make it crazy fast, and it's just super easy. So you got the Velcro up here you want to pull out, and simply just start rolling it. And it doesn't need to be perfect or pretty. And then I usually keep this guy in here just so it's easier to maneuver. And then as far as how tight this stuff needs to be, it doesn't need to be crazy tight. Just drop the Velcro through, and then I basically just push it a little bit, and then I Velcro it. If you do it super tight, that's how Velcro actually starts to wear, and it's not necessary because the bag's big enough. So just, again, a little firm push on it, and then run the Velcro through, close it up. Pull the bag over, and you can start zipping this way. And I always leave the zipper in the back again so that the wind doesn't slap it and make some noise for you.
Dude, that took like 30 seconds. Usually filming takes, takes a little longer, but real time it was like 30 seconds. Huh?
Yeah, it's honestly, it's like 15 seconds to open it, right?
Yeah.
And then 30 seconds to close it. And you just get faster and faster at it, right? Like if I was in a rush, you can do it quick. One big thing I want to mention though is, like, when you're opening it, it's such a big, basically, sail that you really need to hang on to it. We've had a couple of customers have it ripped out of their hand because that's huge.
Crazy.
So yeah, it's like I said, kind of the best selling product.
Yeah.
It's something that I didn't start with, and I had to kind of convince you to get. But as soon as you see it and use it, like, it's just nuts. Like,
and it's one of those things. He mentioned it earlier. I did have a awning for, I think it was like a 1.5 awning for a long time, and I rarely use it just because it took forever to set up. And it's just one of those things, especially for me when I'm by myself, the last thing I want is to set up camp and, you know, for it to take me an hour to do it. So the fact that this takes 15 seconds to open, I mean, it definitely makes my life, it's gonna make my life a lot easier.
Yeah, and like that's the thing, right? Is like it's an expensive product, right? So
Yeah.
the awning's $1,500, and you got to buy
Yeah.
brackets for it. But one thing I want to point out is like everyone buys like a $400 awning,
Right.
and it just sits on their truck and they never use it.
Yeah.
This you use every single time you get to camp. It's part
Yeah.
of your setup process. Pop your tent, open your awning, and you're ready to go at camp.
Yeah.
And it's you're doing it all in like a minute. I want to put you on the spot though, because you love this. I actually want you to open the awning for the first time and set
Yeah.
it up by yourself.
Okay.
And I want you to do the tent too.
All right.
And we'll time it on the phone so that people can actually see how long it takes you to set this up. And like we're on a bit of a slant because the light sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make you do this just so that like people can see first time ever setting everything up how
Yeah.
long it actually takes.
Well, I opened the tent already once, but this is gonna be a full rundown. Like,
Yeah.
let's time it.
Let's go through it.
You down?
Yep.
Let's go.
Phone. Ready?
Yep.
Set. Go.
All right, let's go, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do the tent first.
Yep. The swing out doesn't count, George.
All right, it's still part of the setup here. And I'm not gonna rush myself. This is just like regular speed if I go out camping. So. All right.
All right.
So here's that. All right, let's go.
So that was like 40 seconds for him to jump down. Now he's doing the awning. He's never done this before. Oh, he already did it backwards. So it's going to be harder to close. He's confused. Go ahead and do the bottom ones. Yep. Yep. And then it'll fall out. And then you want to grab the strap right there and walk around. Yep, just walk. Don't worry about what's behind you. Yep. It's the first time ever doing this. This is the tricky part. You just got to line it up with the grooves. You're going to have to tilt it towards you. Yep, that way. Nope. He's struggling. Now he's nervous because he's on camera. Nope, you got to flip it towards you. So I'll show you guys kind of how this works. It's kind of a good example. This is something we get questions on. I'm going to put the phone down. So if you look here, the way this channel works,
Oh, I
slides
see.
right in it. And then you just tension that. Yep, just pull it nice and tight. Yep. And then you got that leg to do.
For the rain.
Yeah, and I usually put it up just because it holds nice tension on it, and it'll keep it from flapping in the wind. So 2 minutes and 12 seconds the first time I ever did it. And I mean, what do you think, right? Besides that, it was pretty easy, right? So I guess one more thing to point out, right, is all of your bedding fits up top, right?
Okay.
So that's another step you don't need to do. You can
Yeah.
fit 2 pillows, 2 sleeping bags, some extra blankets,
Yeah.
plenty of stuff up there.
So talk to me a little bit about doing this backwards. I overheard you saying it.
Yeah. So I just think it's easier from a closing it up standpoint to
Yeah.
just have them hanging up top.
Okay.
Both ways work. There isn't a right or wrong. That's just kind of how I always show the customers how to do it. But I say we time you closing things up now. Start.
Now.
So first thing you want to do is the this guy up here. Before you do that, you gotta do the third leg.
Oh, that's right.
I don't know why I just called it the third leg. That's not what it's called, guys. Sorry.
It's a third leg.
Not all the way. Just loosen it, and then you're good to take it. Yep. And then you're just gonna walk it around. And you don't need to do anything special. Just walk around. Yep. Now the part to point out, right, is these ends. Just you want to have these pushed up here, and that's all you need to do. You don't need to do it hard. So like what you did up here, right, is you have the Velcro now
Oh,
underneath there.
So now I gotta
So
reach
let's,
and
yeah, so let's do these ones first. And we'll start to roll it. Yep, you got one more. Yep. So just start from the bottom. Roll it up. You don't need to do anything crazy like a tiny little sleeping bag. Don't forget the stuff over there. Nope, you got that guy down there.
oh, this guy.
Yep, that's fine. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just, yeah, throw it in there. And then I do leave that orange one in there, the tie down. I
Leave
just
it
do
in
it,
here?
yeah, just so it's easy. Yeah, and then so you can just go like that, and then push it up, put your fingers through there. Yep. And I'm gonna walk away. Sorry, camera work is gonna be sucky, but I'm grabbing the phone so you guys can see how long this is taking. Now he's got to climb a mountain to get up there.
It's easier when you go through the bottom.
Yep.
But I'm pretty tall, so it's no big deal.
You gotta get that corner over. There you go. All right, so the rookie just did 2 minutes and 10 seconds. He made it more difficult for himself. Now he's falling, he's tired, he's fatigued.
All right, this is gonna be the hard part, guys.
So I do want to mention that the roof is actually rated to be able to carry quite a bit of weight, so the shocks are pretty stiff. So a man of George's stature might struggle a bit. And then just simple tuck in the sides, little karate chop. There's no fabric hanging out. Latch. Latch.
Alright, let's get these open. This is the most satisfying sound right here. Let's go. I gotta secure it with the pin. And we're done.
Alright, so that was like 3 minutes and 7 seconds.
That's not bad.
No.
That's not bad for my first time. Like I said, the 10, I've done it before, like once or twice, but this is my first time doing the awning, and that's, I don't know, sometimes big stuff like this, you know, intimidates me, but it's not that bad. It's not that hard.
No, you'll get it. Like the strap thing, I think is a big delay.
Yeah.
And then just knowing how it goes. Like it's a lot to show someone, but it's pretty simple once you get it.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it, guys. I feel like I'll see you tomorrow, man.
Probably.
Well, yeah, we have a lot of work to do. I say we because I'm not doing anything. You're doing all the work.
Yeah.
I'm doing all the filming for you guys. It's just kind of, I'm trying to document the whole entire process just the way when I started. You know, this is definitely a new setup for me, and to be able to document it, and eventually when I get that over there, you know, it's like, you never know, maybe these videos will help those of you guys that are looking for something like this, and then eventually once I get the canopy camper, that's going to be something else. But for now, let's enjoy this. I don't plan on switching anytime soon. I think I'm jumping way ahead of my game right now, I'm thinking of the canopy camper. But no, yeah, we're going to keep these videos rolling. What's next?
Well, so we got some Red Arc stuff coming.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some more Alu-Cab stuff coming to
Yeah.
add some functionality to the camper, and and that's one of the cool things, right? Is like we're building it to like how George camps.
Yeah.
It's not like one size fits all.
Right.
So there's a lot of accessories you can add on to it and make it your own.
I'm stoked. For those of you guys that are going to Overland Expo, Mountain, and West, you'll see us there, huh? Actually,
Yeah.
not Mountain. I won't be there. He'll be there. So
I'm trying to get him to go. But yeah, we'll be Tinyrigco will be in the Alu-Cab booth.
right.
We're building some really cool stuff you guys should
Yeah.
check out.
Definitely, and you just look out for a big red Toyota Tacoma with a big camper with a chimney, and that's going to be this guy.
Yeah.
So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next video, and we'll catch you guys a little later.